There's a muscle in your thigh that's supposed to be burning after every squat. Yours hasn't burned in years, maybe ever. You squat every leg day. You go deep. You've been doing this since you started training, and your quads still don't match the effort. You know why? Because your squats aren't quad squats. They're a hip hinge dressed up as a squat. You can't tell the difference. You never could. A 2016 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research measured VMO activation across squats performed at different shin angles. Squatters who restricted forward knee travel showed 34% less quad activation at the bottom of the rep compared to those who let the knee drive forward past the toes. The VMO, vastus medialis oblique, is the teardrop-shaped muscle just above your inner knee. It's the hardest part of the quad to build. Yours has been checked out the whole time. Every squat video gives you the same list. Chest up, core tight, knees track over toes, drive through your heels, don't cave inward, break at the hips. All of that is real, and none of it gets to the actual problem. The actual problem is your ankle. Specifically, a joint action called dorsiflexion, the ability of your ankle to bend forward, shin moving toward your toes. Nobody talks about how your ankle range controls your quad activation. That's the whole problem. When your ankle is stiff, your knee can't travel forward during the descent. The shin stays too vertical. The moment that happens, the load shifts out of your quads into your glutes and hips. You thought you were building legs. You were training your posterior chain and calling it quad day. Here's exactly what's happening. The tibia, your shin bone, can't travel forward enough. To compensate, your torso tips. Your center of mass shifts back. The femur, your thigh bone, stops rotating forward at the knee. Above the knee, the VMO never reaches its loading angle. The quad's job is to extend the knee. When the knee barely travels, the knee barely needs extending. Your glutes and hip extensors take the whole lift. You stand up, the glutes did 70% of the work. The quads handled the easy part at the top. That tightness you feel in your lower back after squats isn't bad form. That's your spinal erectors compensating for a lift your quads were supposed to run. Your legs were in the gym, your quads were not. Outstanding leg day. Stand facing a wall. Toes 2 inches from the base, both feet flat. Drive one knee straight forward toward the wall without letting your heel rise. How far does it travel before your heel lifts? If it comes off the floor before your knee touches the wall, that's the restriction. Feel the stiffness at the front of your ankle on the way forward. That tightness right there has been deciding where your squat load goes every single rep. There's a second problem, your stance width. When ankles are stiff, the natural workaround is to flare your toes wide and sit back. Opens the hips, gets around the ankle restriction, lets you hit depth. Looks exactly like a squat. It isn't. The wider the stance and the more the toes flare, the more the movement becomes hip dominant. The narrower the stance with toes forward, the more the ankle restriction shows because there's nowhere to hide it. Your wide stance made the problem invisible. You were proud of that depth. Every single rep was a glute exercise wearing a squat's name. Before you fix anything, one squat. Feet hip width, toes forward, no flare. Slow descent. Watch for 3 things. Heels rising before you hit parallel, torso tipping past 45 degrees, and a burn in your glutes before your quads. All 3 mean the same thing. Your ankles are running your quad workout. Most of you just confirmed the problem. Stand with toes 2 inches from a wall. Drive your knee straight forward toward it without the heel leaving the floor. Touch the wall, return. 10 reps per side. If your heel rises before your knee reaches the wall, move the foot back an inch until it doesn't. Move the foot closer every few sessions as the range improves. This is the actual restriction you are fixing, not the squad yet. The ankle first. Nothing else works until this does. Place a 10-pound plate under both heels. Hold a dumbbell at your chest. Feet hip width, toes slightly out. Sit straight down. Drive your knees forward aggressively, past your toes, all the way to depth. Pause 1 second at the bottom. Drive up. The plate compensates for the ankle restriction and puts your shin angle where it needs to be. At the bottom, you should feel it above your inner knee, that teardrop shape, the VMO. Most of you have never felt it there before. That's the muscle. 3 sets, 10 reps, before every squat session. If you don't pause at the bottom, the load bounces off your hip flexes and the VMO skips the hardest part. The pause is the rep. 2 weeks before every session. 2 weeks out, the wall drill gets easier. The knee travels further without the heel rising. The goblet squat feels different at the bottom, heavier in the front of the thigh, lighter in the hips. Post-squat soreness shifts forward, glutes less, quads more. That's the load transferring correctly. Week 1 feels awkward. The ankle drill seems too simple to matter. The muscle is waking up for the first time in years. It won't feel smooth immediately. The reps will feel harder because they're actually full reps now. Wall ankle drill first. Heel elevated goblet squat before every session. 2 weeks before you judge your squat numbers. 2 weeks from now, 1 squat. Same position as the start of this video. Hip width, toes forward. Check whether the heels stay down. Check whether the torso stays upright. Check whether you feel the front of your thighs load before your glutes take over. If all 3 changed, your ankles were running your leg day without your permission, and now they aren't. You'll finish a set and think, I've been doing leg day for years and my quads were barely even there. You've been missing that the whole time. Same squat, different muscle doing the work.